So in case you haven't noticed, social media and YouTube really glamorize the RV life, and you see over and over those video clips and images of just opening up your front door to a beautiful scene on the beach or at the mountains. And while yes, this is an option from time to time, and we've done it, and yes, it's possible most of the time, it's not how daily life looks like when you're out on the road. And so in this video, we're gonna talk about some of the unspoken, if you will, truths and realities of living in an RV, especially with a family, that you don't hear about in most YouTube videos or social media reels. So let's just jump right in with truth number one. When we're squeezed, whatever is on the inside of us comes out. Think about this. If I squeeze an orange, I'm not gonna get lemon juice or lime juice, but orange juice. Whatever is on the inside of that comes out. And sometimes when you're in an RV, it's not very pretty. Sharing a small space can be a challenge, even for those with good relationships. And your relationships with your partner, your spouse, your kids will be tested if you are out on the road for any length of time. That even goes for just like a long weekend at the campground. And the longer that duration, the larger and the longer that test becomes. And one super amazing thing that you get to do when you're RVing is to ride around with a tank full of your own crap. Can I say crap on YouTube? I just did. And here's the thing, wastewater woes can really be like the worst. We've actually seen RVs with leaking waste tanks, and due to like how the tanks were mounted by the manufacturer, things were puncturing those tanks, the straps punctured the tanks. It's just awful. And then let's not even talk about like where we've actually seen road debris come up and puncture waste tanks. This is definitely not the glamorous side of RVing and dealing with the sewage system, especially emptying the black water tank. It's just smelly and unpleasant. There's no two ways around that. And it's a regular part of RV living, even if you're just camping for the weekend too. So this is actually the perfect time to thank the sponsor of this video, Unique Camping and Marine, because we've been using the Unique products for several years now, and we've been able to focus more on the fun of camping and less on problems like black tank smells or clogs. And the big thing we learned is that when it comes to tank treatments, they're not all created equal. And that is because this right here is both a probiotic and an enzyme treatment, which means that this type of formula can eliminate odors and prevent clogs, while other formulas can really only do one or the other. There's no formaldehyde or bronopropyl or any hidden chemicals. And here's the deal, it's made right here in the USA, works at all temperatures, and we found it breaks down any type of toilet paper we use too. No special RVTP required. So now truth number 3 have to do with unexpected repairs. Now here's the deal, expect repairs. RVs break more often than not. And just because you have a new RV versus a used RV, well, RVs don't discriminate new versus used when it comes to things going wrong. In fact, we've actually seen more people lately talking about more problems with newer RVs versus used RVs. And this becomes even more frustrating because when things go wrong with your new RV that you spent a ton of money on, you're expecting the warranty to kick in and cover the repair costs, which works in most scenarios, but the wait to get those repairs done, parts ordered, repairs approved, and then the work completed can really be a months-long process in the majority of cases. And this is while you are without your RV that you bought and paid for. And if you are a full-time RVer, this can actually become a huge out-of-pocket expense. If you have a hotel or Airbnb costs to cover, if you can't be in your RV, which is now your home. Now, truth number 4 has to do with the weather. And if you've ever been in a windstorm or a rain or a hailstorm inside of an RV, you know just how loud that can really get. Not to mention that sometimes it can just be downright scary. And if you're an RVer, you have to be aware of the weather. Driving your RV down the highway when there are high winds is not the best idea. In fact, just recently, there was a bunch of overturned RVs posted on Facebook because of people driving their RV in high wind conditions. Just don't do that. Other weather factors can cause exciting problems like leaks to make themselves known. And not to mention that extreme temps have a big impact on the comfort levels inside of an RV. So weather, something you gotta keep an eye on all the time. Now, truth number 5 has to do with internet and connectivity. Now, this really can depend on your needs, and those needing to work from the road, do video calls, need to have a reliable internet connection. Now, the key word here is reliable. And let me tell you about reliability when it comes to internet on the road. It can be a major headache. Campground Wi-Fi is pretty much just like a joke that's just not a very funny joke, because when you need to be connected and you have Wi-Fi that's slower than a tortoise on a leisurely stroll through peanut butter, well, that's just not very fun. And for reliable internet, good solutions like Starlink or having more than one carrier, well, let's just say, be prepared to break out your wallet. Before we finish the video, I did want to just give you a quick note. Our In Our RVing Era shirts are available for a limited time. You'll find that link in the description below to order yours today. So truth number 6 is limited privacy. Yes, these walls in the RV are very thin and you are in close quarters. And so privacy is often very scarce. And here's the deal. Your neighbors, well, you're gonna hear them. And in fact, sometimes it feels like you can hear your neighbors' conversations better than your own. I mean, imagine sitting in your cozy little RV space and suddenly it's like you're part of the next door gossip session or listening to their late night TV binge. I mean, it's like having an unscripted reality TV show going on in the campground, no subscription needed. And you get all the drama and the laughter, and let's not forget the morning alarm symphony at the crack of dawn. I mean, it's just all part of the unique charm of RV life, where the boundaries between private and public space, well, they get a little fuzzy. But hey, it's a great way to learn about new shows or get the latest campground news, maybe pick up a recipe or two just by paying attention to the surround sound experience provided by those oh so thin RV walls. And remember, if you can hear them, they can probably hear you too. So you may just want to keep some of those conversations for when you're actually on the road. So now truth number 7, constant cleaning. Now here's the deal. In a small space, any sort of messes or clutter feel like magnified to the nth degree. And just a few items on the counter can mean like no counter space for other things like food prep or cooking. So you're going to find that daily tidying becomes essential to keep from drowning in clutter or even just having a place to walk. However, the good news is that being in a small space means that that cleanup goes pretty quick. In fact, I mean, I can clean up this whole RV in literally like 10 minutes. Truth number 8 is resource management, and this is a constant. Monitoring things like water usage, power consumption, waste levels becomes a part of daily life to avoid disasters, especially if you boondock often. Now, when you're in a sticks and bricks, you just turn on the water faucet and you don't think about that. But in an RV, the minute you turn on that water faucet, you're thinking about how much water am I using? How much waste tank space do I have for this water to go into? And if you don't have full hookups at a campground, daily tasks like showering become something that requires thought and planning because of the resources needed for where is that water coming from and where is that water going? And even things like how many appliances that you're running at one time in an RV, you have to think about that. I mean, I learned the hard way. I can't run my air fryer and my Instant Pot on the same side of the RV, or else I'm gonna blow the breaker. RVs essentially have 2 legs, if you will, for power, one on each side, right and left. So remembering little things like this when you're doing daily life in an RV are just a constant thing that you have to think about. Now, truth number 9 is really just kind of a summary of the truths we just talked about, and that is the learning curve. Now, there is a steep learning curve to operating and living in an RV. From driving and maneuvering to troubleshooting problems that arise, it is a constant learning process. And I swear, we still learn new things every single trip. But despite these challenges, RV life is also full of adventure, freedom, and we wouldn't trade any of the experiences we've had as a family for anything. So it's about taking the good with the not so glamorous, but out of abundance of caution, you should really probably watch this video right up here about dangerous places to avoid when RVing.